Hello everyone, this is Riley with RDW Glass, and today in this video we are going to be going over cutting and polishing 12mm tubing. Now in the past we've had a video about cutting and polishing rod, so now we're going to show you the tubing side of that, and it's just a little bit different. Same concept, cut and then polish. Alright, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Like these videos if you enjoy what you're watching. Tell me down in the comments what you like most. Thank you very much for tuning in though. Now I'm going to flip the camera and show you guys the rod. So, not sure if you've seen, but I had some glasses. You got to make sure you wear some protection and have your ventilation on because dust is going to come up. You do not want to be inhaling any type of glass dust. So here we have our 12mm tubing, and we are going to go down, put our hand there, and we want the heat about there, so let's go there. Take these tools, these are available at mountainglass.com or an art supply store. I got mine from an art supply store, I'm pretty sure. Just glass cutters. You can hear that sound, it's because I'm ever so slightly putting pressure with these, just ever so slightly. If you put too much it'll break. And what you see here is a line. Now I'm going to show you what would happen. Okay, we're going to put this right in this heat pad. Don't just break it with your hands. I've cut my fingers open and my hands before doing it like that. Please get a pad, do a little snap, and look at that. Alright, we're going to put that to the side because that's something we'll be polishing. Alright, I'm going to show you, demonstrate what would happen. To the side, boom, right there. What would happen if you did press too hard. See? It snapped off. If you look at the two that we just did, not too different of a result. All you have to do there is, you've seen in another video, we just take a punty and pull some of that off. Or you could even take this, tip it down. Now we have something a bit more usable. Now of course you would never put your mouth on something like this, and that's of course why we go into the polishing. Screeching death. Alright, let's see if we can get So one of these long tubes we have here stretches all the way across over there. And we made it into these smaller sections, right? And we're going to do that one as well, just to show you the quick breakdown of it. Remember, take these, put it around it, ever so light pressure, and you'll start to feel it scratching. Remember to have your ventilation on because glass dust comes off this and you do not want to inhale that. Those are the types of breaks we're looking for. A lot more clean cut there. That's okay. It was just the longer you run these in there, I'm sure the more precise it'll get. Dust storm on that. we have cut each of those down into smaller, more usable sections. Nice peeling right here. Alright, so it's a 12mm rod. That that's inside. Alright. Now, let's polish these off. We're going to take our camera and we're going to move our camera up to the torch. Alright. Now that we're at the torch, I'm going to turn my tanks aren't on. I'll be right back. Had to turn the tanks on, so I said, you know what, I'll show you guys what that's like. And walk outside, flip you guys. Oh snap. We're gonna do a studio tour eventually. Alright, we got our propane, turn it on a few turns. We got our oxygen, turn it on a few turns. Alright, let's go back inside. Alright. We want to snap the camera into position. Somebody said this is a transmission. Alright. Propane. Oxygen. Propane, then oxygen, guys. Alright. Now, what I use is a reamer, this L marver here, and that's pretty much it. We'll get to it now. Gotta make sure we put on the glasses. Always safety first, guys. And that's including hydration. If you are glass blowing, you need to stay hydrated. Get that RDW glass sticker for your water cup. Now, I make these mouthpieces just about big enough for my blow tube hose to fit over it. That way, when I'm working projects, I can put the blow hose socket right over that. Alright, boom. Now, we don't want to take too much time polishing it. It's just really you want to make sure that you don't cut your lips when you put it on there. I've seen people, when I was at the glass studio, that, you know, not the one at home, when I was at the more of the public glass studio, there was people who would cut their lips because they would just, you know, put the blow hose right to their mouth because it was like this end, but that's still sharp there. You can't just put your mouth up against these things. I've heard someone say they don't have time to do that. I think it's worth it. Safety first. I just used the punty to take off some of the excess glass right there. we have our marble mold right here, the marble mold paddle. I use this very frequently. Widen it just a little more. Definitely something that's, you know, one after the other, tedious. Got to do it production style, but in my opinion, necessary because I have firsthand cut my lips on an unpolished tube, and I have seen other artists cut their lips on unpolished tubes. Not only their lip, but the inside of their lip too. That's scary. So whenever I cut down the tubing, I always polish them off. Alright. And you know how we have to anneal glass after we heat it up? Well, with these, it's a very thin amount of glass that you're working with. And you do not need to put these in the kiln. You can just let them anneal out here. They'll slowly come down to temperature. So we took those two rods and we put them down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 blow tubes. Now remember, blow tubes are very important because we have all right here. This is what coil pots are made off of. We have over here what we connect our rainbow tubing and everything to. It's all 12mm tubing, see? So, it's very important. You've seen in our hand pipe video, we made all of our hand pipes. Here's I turn that off because it's glaring. We made all of the hand pipes starting from the 12mm tubing. So 12mm tubing is very important in this glassblowing game. I think we're gonna be calling it here. Be sure to go to rdw-glass.com. Just check that out. That's where we have all of our art available. Thank you guys very much for tuning in today. Stay safe. Peace.